The courtroom smelled like dust and old paper, like endings that had been waiting too long. She leaned toward me before the judge walked in, close enough that I could smell her perfume, the one I bought her after our 10th anniversary. "Today's my best day," she whispered. "I'm taking everything from you." I didn't look at her. I didn't need to. Her lover stood behind her, a hand on the back of her chair, smiling like this was a victory lap. My chest stayed still, too still. Inside, something slow and deliberate clicked into place. My lawyer leaned in. His voice barely moved the air. "Did you do exactly what I said?" I nodded once. "Good," he said. "The show starts now." The judge hadn't even sat down yet, and already she was celebrating. I watched her hands, confident, relaxed, a woman who believed the ending was written. She had no idea this wasn't the beginning of her best day. It was the last calm moment she'd have for a very long time. It started with a pause, not a scream, not a confession, just a pause. She was in the kitchen, phone in her hand, laughing, then stopping, turning slightly away from me, too slightly. I told myself nothing was wrong, because that's what married men do when their lives are comfortable. They protect the illusion. But pauses linger. They leave shadows. She started working late, started caring about her appearance with a precision she hadn't shown in years, started guarding her phone like it held state secrets. I watched quietly. I learned to listen to the space between her words, the way she stopped asking about my day, the way she stopped touching me without thinking. One night I woke up and she wasn't beside me. I found her in the living room, phone pressed to her ear, whispering someone else's name. She didn't see me. That was the moment denial died. Not loudly, just cleanly. I didn't confront her. I didn't need answers yet. I needed certainty. So I smiled. I stayed kind. I kissed her goodbye every morning. Inside, I started counting. I became invisible on purpose. I learned her patterns, the new gym schedule that never included sweat, the work trips that never matched her calendar. I pulled phone records, nothing dramatic, just numbers repeating too often. I watched her lover first, a colleague, married once, recently divorced, ambitious, sloppy. People like that leave trails. I hired a private investigator, didn't tell him my story, just asked for facts. While he worked, I prepared. I copied financial records, screenshotted messages before she deleted them. Not everything, just enough. At night, I lay next to her, felt the warmth of someone who no longer belonged to me. My thoughts were loud, but my face never changed. She started to feel it, the distance, the calm. She asked me once if I was okay. I told her I'd never been clearer. She smiled, relieved. That was when I knew she thought she was winning. The investigator called on a Thursday, said he had what I needed. I didn't rush. I waited until the house was quiet, until she was asleep, until my hands didn't shake anymore. The truth deserves a steady grip. The folder was thin. Truth usually is. Photos, dates, hotel receipts, a shared account I didn't know existed. I stared at the evidence without blinking, let it settle, let it finish its work. The next morning, I placed the folder on the kitchen table. She froze when she saw it, didn't touch it. "What's that?" she asked. I poured coffee, sat down. "Open it," I said. She did, slowly. Her face collapsed in stages, confusion, fear, calculation. "I can explain," she started. I held up a hand. "No," I said. "You can listen." I told her I knew everything, that I had known for months, that I had already spoken to a lawyer. Her voice broke. Mine didn't rise. She cried. I watched. When she reached for me, I stood. "I'm filing," I said, "and I'm prepared." She begged, then threatened,
then went silent. I walked out with nothing but the certainty that I was done. Back in the courtroom, she still believed in leverage. She had the narrative, the confidence, the lover's hand on her chair. My lawyer stood. He spoke calmly, methodically. Evidence entered the record. Accounts she'd hidden, funds she'd siphoned, the affair timeline that overlapped with sworn statements. Her smile faltered. Her lover shifted. Then came the final piece, the one she didn't know I had. A document, signed, undeniable. The judge leaned forward, my wife's face drained of color. She turned to me, for the first time, truly afraid. I met her eyes. Nothing there. No anger, no grief, just distance. Her lover backed away, literally. When the judge spoke, the room felt smaller. Everything she thought she was taking, gone. Every move exposed. Her nightmare wasn't loud.
It was procedural, permanent. I didn't watch her leave. I packed my things quietly, left the house without ceremony. Outside, the air felt different, like it belonged to me again. I thought I'd feel victorious. I didn't. I felt precise. She lost more than assets that day. She lost the version of me who would have saved her. I didn't hate her. Hate requires attachment. What I felt was cleaner than that. Nothing. And that was the real ending. She took nothing from me. I walked away with everything she could never touch.